Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our channel once again. Allow me to begin the video by asking you guys this simple question. What do you think is the easiest way to remove William Ruto from office in 2027? And can William Ruto accept defeat? And can he hand over power should he lose at the ballot? Because there is a general consensus in the Republic of Kenya that William Ruto is the easiest president to remove from office. But who can remove William Ruto? Yesterday, William Ruto made it very clear that he's not preparing to lose in 2027. And he advised his opponents to prepare for a defeat. The same yesterday, the former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua was in Machakos. And Rigathi Gachagua also hinted at the possibility of teaming up with Fred Matiangi to defeat William Ruto in 2027. Which takes me to my first question to you guys. What is the best strategy of removing William Ruto from office? My answer to that question is simple. William Ruto can only be removed from office if the opposition in Kenya can unite and produce a single presidential candidate. And who can that candidate be? Who? Can that candidate be Okiya Mtata, Maraga, Matiangi, Kalonzo, Eugene? Who can that candidate be? In this video, I want us to talk about Rigathi Gachagua's hint at teaming up with Fred Matiang'i. Before we do that, for those who are watching the channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, allow me to dive in. Let us begin the video by listening to Rigathi Gachagua hinting at the possibility of teaming up with Fred Matiang'i.
We have a responsibility, Bishop, also to give hope to our people. Kama viongozi, tukiwa kanisani. Watu ya payslip, simu mambo yenu imeharibika. The payslip has been raided. Tuliambiwa tutaweka pesa mfukoni, ile kidogo ilikuwekwa ikafanya nini? SHA inafanya kazi ama haifanyi? Watoto wa university wanasoma ama wamekuwa nyumbani? So if we are here in Katelembo, ni jukumu letu tukiwa nao viongozi to give hope to our people. Tumesikiza Wakenya wanasema tupangane, tutafute serikali mpya mzuri ya kusaidia Kenya. Na hiyo tunafanya. Na huyu kiongozi wenu Kalonzo Musyoka, huyu Eugene Wamalwa, George Natembea, Fred Matiang'i, Rigathi yako hapo jikoni ndio na chora maneno. And I want to assure the people of Kenya, we have a formula to give you good leadership. And your son Kalonzo Musyoka is a serious player in that negotiation. Na I want to assure nyinyi watu ya Ukambani, huyu kiongozi wenu na nyinyi tutalegesha heshima yenu kama jamii. Mumetharauliwa miaka mingi sana, si ndio? Si mumetharauliwa sana? Sasa tumeshikana. So watu hapa ni Mount Kenya South na sisi pale, watu ya jamii ya Mlembe wako hapa, Wamaa wako pale, Wakisii wako pale. Wanajaribu kutuunganisha ati vile tunaweza kosana mapema. Sisi si wajinga. Hakuna hatuwezi kosana. Kwani sisi ni wajinga? Tutakaa namna hiyo hatusemi kitu, tutaongea huko December 2026 tusema ni nani. Kwa sababu tukisema saa hii watatukoroka, si ndio? But I want to assure you the people of Ukambani, we as leaders are patriotic and will do the right thing and will put our selfish interests aside for the benefit of the people of this great country. Nitwaiguithania andu aikamba twi hamwe tutafute musumbi.
Ladies and gentlemen, the only way the opposition can defeat William Ruto is by fronting a single presidential candidate, and that candidate getting the support of all the others. And William Ruto is not just watching. William Ruto is already laying a strategy on how he's going to disrupt the opposition plans. Yesterday, I did a video about it. And I again listened into Eugene Wamalwa. And Eugene Wamalwa hinted that already William Ruto is planning to sponsor a Gen Z political party and also a pro-Gen Z candidate. In my mind, Wamalwa was referring to the candidature of one man, David Maraga, and maybe a Gen Z candidate in the name of Morara Kebaso. But let us not get into that for now. For now, let us look at Matiang'i and Rigathi Gachagua, because we all know that Rigathi Gachagua is not going to run for the presidency. For one reason, he wants to ensure that William Ruto is sent home. But why do you think Rigathi Gachagua is planning to work with Fred Matiang'i? For me, if the opposition in Kenya wants to win the presidency, they should forget about another thing, but settle on one man, Fred Matiang'i. That's my advice. And this is why I'm advising them so. Number one, it is easy to have Fred Matiang'i as a compromise candidate for the opposition. His acceptability across board. Matiang'i served as a former minister for interior. And anytime Matiang'i's name is mentioned, you'll always see pro-government bloggers running up and down about Matiang'i's role in police brutality during his era. Of course, there were serious police brutalities when Matiang'i served as the cabinet secretary for interior. For how many years? You can't even compare that to what we've witnessed during the first year of William Ruto's presidency. But the truth is, if you look at the history of Matiang'i, most Kenyans are in agreement that Matiang'i delivered. So his acceptability, Matiang'i can be accepted in the Kikuyu nation, the Luo nation. I'm 100% sure that even the Kamba nation will have him, will accept him. His acceptability is across board, and therefore it would be easy to sell candidate Matiang'i. Number two is what I call the winning formation. If the opposition is interested in capturing power, Matiang'i would be the best bet. Let me explain. William Ruto is crafting his strategy around the Western. If, for example, Kalonzo is lucky to be nominated as the sole opposition candidate, there is high chance that he might not enjoy the support of Western Alliance. There's high chance. There's also high chance that a third force might actually emerge. If the opposition is united and they disrupt Western Alliance, Ruto will be home. And it's simple. How do you disrupt? How do you disrupt Western Alliance? Simple. Matiang'i as a presidential candidate will already have the full backing of the Gusii community. Nyanza, Western, even if he will get 40% of those votes, he'll be home and dry. But if Kalonzo, then William Ruto will even have a fighting chance in Kisii. That's the fact. Now look at it from this perspective. If they will agree and settle on Kalonzo, Kalonzo's candidature would be more ideal with the support of Raila Odinga. Because without Raila Odinga supporting Kalonzo, and you have Ruto there, Ruto will overrun him for the Western. So that winning formation favors Kalonzo. That winning formation favors Fred Matiang'i. He only needs to be paired by Kalonzo Musyoka agreeing to be the running mate. Number 3 is Uhuru Kenyatta's support. There's something which we don't want to accept. That as much as Uhuru Kenyatta is no longer the president of the Republic of Kenya, as long as Uhuru Kenyatta failed Raila Odinga, he has a deep pocket. He can easily fund a presidential campaign. 2027 presidential elections in the Republic of Kenya will require a lot of resources. Let me ask you, between Kalonzo and Fred Matiang'i, who do you think Uhuru will put his resources on? The verdict is also there. Apart from that, there is the element of Mount Kenya votes. Uhuru and Rigathi teaming up to support Matiang'i would translate to almost 90% of the vote from the mountain to Matiang'i. For two main reasons. Matiang'i comes from Kisii, a small tribe, and therefore will need the Kikuyu to run the presidency and for his political survival. Number 2, Matiang'i worked with Uhuru Kenyatta, and therefore the mountain will be like, this guy worked with our son without any problem. So that's going to be a factor there. And lastly, the only way to stop William Ruto is by disrupting the Western Alliance. That is what William Ruto is working on. That's why someone like George Natembeya is having problems on the ground there. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what you think, but Matiang'i is the right candidate for Rigathi Gachagua to support. I don't know what you think. Kalonzo has very good chance, but without Raila Odinga's support, I doubt if he will be able to rally the Western Alliance, which begs the question, can Rigathi Gachagua and Kalonzo Musyoka win the presidency minus the Western Alliance? I don't know. Allow me to take the opportunity before I conclude to give a huge shout out to our today's sponsor, Carotex Computers. If you are looking for a reliable, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.